Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is calling out Republicans for rolling back child labor laws in order to be racist. So, on social media, AOC highlighted a portion of the recent House Oversight Committee hearing on immigration. She wrote, with a clip, I'm going to show you the clip in a minute. Historically, the United States has economically outperformed other countries in part due to our welcoming of immigrants. Republicans would like you to believe that they support legal immigration, but today they launched an attack on legal immigration pathways. So now, that went along with a video clip she posted of remarks that she made at the same hearing, where she asked Cato Institute Associate Director of Immigration Studies David J. Beer, how countries typically do when they close off their borders. Their response, of course, was they don't do very well. Now, Republicans, though, all you hear from them lately is close the border, build the wall, you gotta keep them out, keep them out. They're stealing our jobs. They're stealing our jobs. When in reality, of course, immigrants are doing jobs that are currently open, which we do have open jobs, which is why she points out that Republicans are, instead of welcoming immigrants into the country through a legal pathway, are trying to fill those jobs with literal children.
Now, what we have here is that there are even some lawmakers in states like Wisconsin, Ohio, and Iowa that are proposing the loosening of child labor laws in their state because they have so many jobs that are left unfulfilled. We have seen teenagers dying in states like Wisconsin, Missouri, and Michigan because so many jobs are going unfilled, and many of these Republican legislatures would rather roll back child labor laws and put 11 and 13-year-olds back in the workplace than allow immigrants into their community and do what they've always done.
Now, AOC is absolutely right. Republicans are sending kids to work in dangerous environments. For example, in Iowa, Governor Kim Reynolds had signed a bill that allowed employers to hire teens as young as 14 for previously prohibited hazardous jobs in industrial laundries, or as young as 15 in light assembly work. They also allow state agencies to waive restrictions on hazardous work for 16 to 17-year-olds and occupations that include demolition, roofing, excavation, and power-driven machine operation. So in some states that they can't even drive, right? And yet, go ahead and operate powered machinery. They've even extended hours to allow teens as young as 14 to work 6-hour nightly shifts during the school year. Look, they also allow restaurants to have teens as young as 16 to serve alcohol and limit stage agencies to their ability to impose penalties for future employer violations. So look, I'm not against teens working in the summertime, on the weekend, maybe a couple hours, a couple days, during the week after school. Look, I did some of that, all right? What I am against is filling dangerous jobs with children, when their main job is supposed to be getting an education. And of course, being children, That's it. Funny enough, these are the same people that are saying, let kids be kids when it comes to learning about the existence of pronouns. Oh, also, not only this, but Republicans also tend to be the ones that cut back on local city spending on things like after-school programs, which generally do keep young people, teenagers, out of trouble. So they cut those and they say, well, you should go to work instead. Go work at McDonald's. Wow. So, anyway, getting back to the pronoun point, though. So you can't learn about pronouns, you can't learn about the existence of trans people and gay people, but you can slave away at that chicken plant. When you turn 14, go ahead. Just be careful not to get sucked into the machines. It's kind of fatal. Look, there is a reason Republicans want child labor, and it's because they don't want to pay people a living wage. Better to hire children in their minds and have these companies hire children than actually have to face, workers that are demanding a living wage. Or, not only that, but children can't exactly join a union. So, they're not going to be able to collectively bargain for higher wages. So you have this exploitation that's going on. And look, that's the other reason. They want child labor so they don't have to fix the immigration system, because the immigration system for them is working perfectly. You see, they actually like the fact that there are millions of undocumented immigrants in this country. Why? Because undocumented immigrants get exploited by employers. That does bring down wages. That does discourage fighting for better working conditions. And, you know, it discourages labor unions. Look, when you're an undocumented, exploited worker, you're less likely to talk back to your boss, okay? Because you know what? They have that leverage over you. If they know that you're undocumented, they can report you to ICE. They can report you, and oftentimes they do know that you're an undocumented worker, and they will use that in order to get you to work for less and to shut your mouth. That's the problem here. That's why it's exploitation. That's why you need citizenship. The way to fix all this is to offer this pathway to citizenship so that they can make the same amount of money when they work as everyone else, as a natural, either naturalized or natural-born American citizen. Not only that, but they can also pay taxes. They can become Americans. That should be the ultimate goal of our immigration system, is to allow people to become Americans. Yes, I know. Crazy, right? The thing is, Republicans, a lot of them do not see immigrants as Americans, especially if they come from Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, even though when it comes to immigration from Mexico is actually way down. And so you have, again, Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Central American countries that are, racked with violence and the drug war and things like that, political instability. That's why a lot of them migrate up here. It's not to come up and steal your job. No, it's to actually survive, live, and of course to try to actually have a shot at the American dream, which Republicans don't even want Americans to have the American dream, much less an immigrant. And so that's why they're continuously trying to fight any efforts to do something positive with our immigration system, as it should be. They're using our immigration system as a no immigration system. We're just going to block everyone else out, mainly because they hate brown people. And so Democrats like AOC and Jamie Raskin are correctly pointing out that Republicans' immigration policy is not based on anything humane. It's not based on strategic solutions. They have no solutions other than to keep them all out. All it is just cruelty for the sake of getting political points from deeply racist people.